Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Apologies for my voice. I don't ever, I really never get allergies, but I think they are spraying some stuff, they are spraying some stuff, maybe some leftovers from the Polish presidential election, who knows, something was in the air and kind of got me, but I will overcome it, so don't you worry. What I have for you today, we're gonna go into the seven seven conditions for full ceasefire from Russia. This is in regards to the peace talks in Istanbul, in Turkey. By the way, in a place that I have showed you in one of my videos, and I will show you this before the end of the video as well. We're going to go through those important points. I will be also debunking a video in which the president-elect of Poland, Karol Nawrocki, who, is a new president to be, was called pro-Russian candidate, completely off. I will be showing you and presenting to you what is his approach to Russia and Putin. And of course, that might change as well, since he is the one who will be the most influenced by the Trump's administration, ultimately. But we're going to start with a news that is official, and this comes from the courts in Poland about removing foreign flags, for example, Ukrainian flag or rainbow flag from the public office buildings. So on the 29th of May this year, a verdict was passed in Wrocław, one of the cities in Poland, some of you probably know. The Court of Appeal ruled that even if one person, just one person, does not wish to see a foreign flag on a public office building, they have the right to remove it without discussion, permission, or any further consequences. So this is pretty big, and I've seen across social media many videos already with people, Polish citizens, of course, mostly removing flags from the buildings or even some statues. Mostly those were Ukrainian flags. There were some rainbow flags, but I was wondering, as far as the EU flag, I'm not sure if EU flag is in the same category, because Poland is a member state of EU and is obligated to have EU flag next to its own flag. So even when you're traveling, even if you go to other countries and you see the embassy of the country, you see if the state is part of EU, the EU flag is there. For example, if you go in New York City to Polish embassy, the EU flag is next to Polish flag. I remember when I was in Moscow, actually, and I was passing by, I think it was Greece, Greek embassy. Yeah, I think so. They also had Greek flag and EU flag next to it, because you are obligated to have it. Apologies, my voice, but I hope you can hear me well. Okay, so now let's go to the 7 proposals for the ceasefire coming from Russian side. And those second round of peace talks in Istanbul, no handshakes. It lasted, I think, less than 1 hour. I'm not sure if it was even 1 hour. So the prognostics for this are not too good, and I will go through those proposals in a second. But I want to play a video that I came across on Instagram, and I said to myself, why not? I'm going to show this to my audience. And some will laugh, some will look at this with a strange face, strange expression on their faces, but let's take a look at this. I mute myself, there is a sound, so. Now you might want to know if this is a pro-Russian video or anti-Russian video, right? That's how you interpret it. Okay, now let's go to the serious topic. those conditions. What are those conditions? I have to say, I apologize, I forgot the name of the gentleman who is a historian and who used to serve as the Minister of Culture of the Russian Federation. I put out a video with him a while ago, but he's representing Russia, and during those peace talks, Russia's peace proposal, let's go through those. Crimea, Donbass, Kherson, Zaporozhye must be recognized as Russian territories. Ukraine must remove all military troops and armed units from Russian annexed regions. Ukraine must renounce all third-party military operations on its territory in the future. Oh, sorry, I moved too fast. Ukraine must exit international treaties that contradict a neutral military status. This is pretty good, no? I mean, all of them are important, but it really makes sense when you think about it. Ukraine must exit international treaties that contradict a neutral military status, like NATO. Pretty obvious, just common sense. Ukraine must uphold a nuclear-free policy permanently. Ukraine must forbid any nuclear weapon acquisition, transit, or deployment. Well, we see how that goes. Too much money in it, right? Ukraine must hold elections. Russian language must be granted official status. So those are the 7 conditions that Russia has presented. I don't think those negotiations are going to achieve much, in my personal opinion. Unfortunately, that's how I feel about it. But when you really go through those 7 points, it all makes sense, doesn't it? Now, let me take you to debunking a video I came across yesterday about President-elect of Poland, Karol Nawrocki. Because this is the problem with people. This is from, actually, let me put this way, Times of India. Poland setback to liberals as pro-Russia, right-wing Trump ally Nawrocki wins presidential poll. So he's not right-wing, he's conservative, but you know, that's how they call it now. But he's absolutely not pro-Russia, okay? Actually, on the contrary. And he's on the wanted list. Apparently, he's on the wanted list by Kremlin. And the reason for it is because when he was running the Institute of Polish Remembrance, I think that's how you translate it, he was demolishing statues that were put out in Poland after World War II. And I'm gonna play you a video in which you, later in a second, in which you will hear him talking about the reasoning for it, and behind him you will see one of those statues that have been brought down. This is the Red Army statue, gratitude to Red Army statue, and that's why he is on the list of wanted people. So before I give you my comments on this, I just want to show you a video from the presidential campaign. I'm sorry, I'm slow today. I think it's this allergy. Presidential campaign in which he was addressing Putin and Russia, and I will try to translate it the best way I can, stopping the video. So let me play it for you guys. Okay, now I have to first, let me read what it says here. Nawrocki, so this is the next Polish president. He says, ściga mnie Putin, bo obaliłem 40. Okay, like Putin is hunting me, he's after me because I demolished 42 Soviet statues. and I will play it, but I have to stop it several times, so will be in Polish, and then I will unmute myself. So a little bit off, but bear with me.
Nawrocki jest ścigany przez Władimira Putina, panie wiceprzewodniczący, tego samego, z którym pana szef chodził po molo. Proszę się nie...
Okay, so what he's saying this to Trzaskowski, so the Soros puppet who lost the election. He's saying this, that Nawrocki, he means himself, is haunted by Vladimir Putin, the very same one who your boss, that means Tusk, he's talking about Donald Tusk, was walking on Molo. It's like a walking area close to Baltic coast. I'm trying to translate the best.
wygłupiać co do ruskiej propagandy. Obaliłem 42 obiekty sowieckiej propagandy i za to mnie ścigają. To jest...
I have demolished 42 objects of Russian propaganda, and that's why they are after me, they are haunting me.
śmieszne i niepoważne. Chciałbym zadać pytanie Krzysztofowi Stanowskiemu, ale zadam Rafałowi Trzaskowskiemu. Kiedy zadzwoni pan do Donalda Tuska i powie, że i pryszczyca zagraża nam...
Okay, so that part is more about different topic than Putin, but he clearly said here that he has brought down 42 Russian propaganda objects, okay? There is one more video from here. I really want to play this for you guys, so let me...
It's the weekend, so it's time for...
Is this one. This is very interesting one.
Nie zaskoczy to państwa, że zadam pytanie.
Okay, this is very interesting one because in this one, they are discussing the future negotiations when the time comes that there is peace between Russia and Ukraine, how this will look like, and that Nawrocki will be sitting with Trump and Putin and Zelensky, I believe, and no one else from Europe will be at this table. So let me translate this for you. Play in Polish first, and in parts I will try to translate into English. So here we have the Soros puppet, as you can see, Trzaskowski, and what is he addressing as far as the peace talks between Russia, Ukraine, and Poland and US is part of those talks.
Panu Nawrockiemu, a mianowicie mówił pan różne rzeczy o bezpieczeństwie, ale między innymi mówił pan o zakończeniu wojny w Ukrainie. I mówił pan, że pan doprowadzi do takiej oto sytuacji, w której przy stole negocjacyjnym będzie siedział prezydent Stanów Zjednoczonych, prezydent Rosji, prezydent Ukrainy i tylko pan, nikt inny z...
Okay, so what he just said, you were talking about the security situation and you were talking about this moment when at the table, like I said, there will be president of Ukraine, Zelensky, president of Russia, and president of US, Trump, and him himself, and no one else from Europe.
Unii Europejskiej, tak będzie pan prowadził dyplomację. Jak pan chce to zrobić, skoro nie ma pan żadnych relacji w Unii Europejskiej? Jak pan chce doprowadzić do tego, że całą Europę w tych negocjacjach będzie reprezentowała tylko Polska?
And he's asking him, how do you want to accomplish this if you have no relations in European Union, and how Poland can represent the entire European Union and the table?
Odpowiada pan Karol Nawrocki.
Musi pan wiceprzewodniczący, mieć świadomość, że Europa znajduje się dziś w gigantycznym kryzysie. Za to odpowiada też pana szef Donald Tusk, który podpisał pakt z Putinem razem z Angelą Merkel i
So he says you have to realize that Europe is in a huge crisis at this moment. And the pact that one of the reasons is also it's thanks to Donald Tusk, who is your boss, and who signed a pact with Putin and with Merkel in regards to, I think this is, one second, let's play more.
pod wpływem tego paktu ośmielona razem z Angelą Merkel i pod wpływem tego paktu ośmielona milionami euro Federacja Rosyjska zaatakowała Ukrainę. Pakt klimatyczny.
Okay, so I believe he is referring to Minsk agreement because he's talking that Angela Merkel and Tusk and Putin has signed this, and Russia was encouraged by some millions euros or whatever, billions of euros, and that's why it attacked Ukraine. I'm just bringing you the words from the next president of Poland, okay?
Pakt migracyjny, wszystko to pana szef, panie wiceprzewodniczący. Jako prezydent państwa polskiego nie będę niczyim sługą, a szczególnie kamerdynerem państwa niemieckiego i swoje relacje z krajami Unii Europejskiej będę opierał o prostą zasadę. Po pierwsze Polska, po pierwsze Polacy. Drodzy państwo, negocjacje.
Okay, so he said, as a president of Poland, I will not be kind of like a server, butler of anyone. And my policy, I'm paraphrasing, like my policy will be Poland first and Polish people first. And he will not be the butler of the server of Germany.
Przyszłe negocjacje w odniesieniu i te, które się toczą w odniesieniu do Ukrainy, oczywiście powinny mieć komponent polski, ale to pan może zapytać Donalda Tuska, dlaczego nie siedzi przy stole negocjacyjnym. Przecież to nie jest pytanie do mnie, jako kto mam siedzieć.
So he's saying that those future and ongoing negotiations between Russia and Ukraine they have to have Polish component. And he has to ask Donald Tusk, Prime Minister of Poland, why he's not sitting at the table, because how he, Nawrocki, can sit as he is on vacations from the Institute of Polish Remembrance. I think I said it correctly. So those are just few videos, but I want to show you now a video at which he is demolishing one of those buildings, as he calls it, Russian propaganda building. So you will see, I'm gonna probably mute this because if you want to watch this entire video in original version, you're welcome to do it. This is him, this is Nawrocki in October 2022. So this is the year when the conflict in Ukraine has started. I mean, we know it started before, but here he's standing at the front of the building, and this building is how to translate this, Pomnik Wdzięczności Armii Krajowej. It's a statue of gratitude to the Red Army. And what he's saying, that symbol of the system that after 1945 vassalized and colonized half of Europe, including our country Poland, who continued to murder Polish heroes in secret police torture chambers in forests and on the streets, a symbol of the system that murdered Polish workers, laborers, and anti-communist opposition activists in various regions of Poland in the 1970s and 1980s, and finally a symbol of the system, sorry guys, it was too fast, that still floats with its spirit in today's Russian Federation, which is responsible on the value layer on the mental layer for the death of modern Ukrainians in the 21st century. Why I'm playing this video for you, and here they are removing this, you can see. So 42 buildings he brought down, and he's on the wanted list. This is the president-elect of Poland. What I am really wondering, because ultimately, whatever Trump tells him, I'm sure he will have to implement. That's how I see it. So how things are going to look like when Trump and Putin shake hands? What it will look like? I just wonder. So I just wanted to debunk those statements that he's pro-Russia. Absolutely not. But if US decides to settle this tension, and you know what I think, I told you this many times already, behind the scenes, Putin and Trump, they really know what's going on. So ultimately, Poland has to come to the table and chill out as well. How this will look like with him, how they will address the history between Poland and Russia, and will they tell the truth? What is the truth? That's what is very interesting, and we're gonna see. So that's all I have for you, everyone. I hope this video didn't exhaust you. It's due to my health condition today, but thank you so much for watching. If you appreciate the content I provide, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for all your love and support and all the great comments that you leave under the videos. I will attach all the links down below in the description box so you can watch it. And maybe I should play one more funny video to kind of clean the energy after that building was demolished. This is how the world is reacting to Russia. Russia and Ukraine at the moment. Whatever he does, everyone freaks out. Yes. Freak out, freak out, freak out. That's right. What else can I tell you? We all know this, don't we? Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge, and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Bye, everyone.